I think it's important to meditate on being zeroed out. Meditate on what would happen if you did lose everything, if you did ultimately fail and everything fell apart. And from that place, you can have a sense of security that nobody can take from you. It's an inner candle flame that never flickers. I remember back in 2009 when I had lost everything again, after my mom died and a lot of things in my life fell apart. It was a cold winter and I found some roommates off of Craigslist to go live with. It was just me, all by myself, and I was looking out the window at the snow falling, all by myself. In the middle of the night, there was nothing to eat. I would make ramen noodles because I was broke, and I would take the mixed bag of frozen vegetables, and I would put it in there with some seasoning, and I would put it in a Tupperware bowl and eat it. And I remember sitting at the kitchen table, totally broken, desolate, and depressed. And it was the most peaceful, beautiful time of my entire life. The pain of that level of loneliness is so deep that it transmutes suffering into deep levels of consciousness. And it's a time where you really go within and you go inside. And that's a time that we actually fear the most, is being zeroed out. But from that place, it's actually easier than you think. Because life is simple. You can give in. You can surrender. And you can just be. And you don't have anybody to impress anymore. You don't have a rat wheel to run on. And you don't have to fight tooth and nail for survival. You can just be. I remember Eckhart Tolle in the book The Power of Now. He talked about how he was like homeless sitting on a bench feeding the birds. And then this beautiful level, we're on a landscape job right now. I'm trying to get this all wrapped up. This beautiful level of consciousness came in where he was just in total presence. He called it an 80% reduction in thought. Just pure present awareness. I recommend you listen to some Eckhart Tolle sometimes. But my point of this video is to say that if you're running on a rat wheel and you're in constant stress and anxiety, it's really because it's like, you ever see the science experiment where they put the rat in the fish tank and it's swimming for its life, and then there's like a gator coming up from the bottom to eat it? That's what you feel like. And that feeling never goes away. Until you get in touch with that deep inner core, that place of presence that can never die because it has never been born. Nothing is wrong in this moment. Nothing. In fact, this moment's beautiful, but it gets complex because when you have people depending on you, mouths to feed, your word is on the line, you're building a more complex mousetrap. And so the slightest little hiccup in your lack of presence or consciousness can have detrimental repercussions with your business, with your employees, with your woman, with your family. So the strive for perfection in this world of commercialism will push you to climb a mountain of success, but it's really a mountain of marbles without a foundation, because it doesn't get you anywhere but into further complexity. Some people who have And I'm not discounting success at all. I believe you should chase your life purpose. But there are people who have infinite abundance. They have multiple streams of passive income flowing into their life into the millions. They have anything that they could ever want materialistically. They don't have to worry about an electricity bill or gas or food ever again. Yet their life is so extremely complex, and there's so many stresses and struggles and challenges because they're so far disconnected from their roots, disconnected from the life by the river. And so their struggles and their suffering is real. They're suffering. There are people that are very, very wealthy that are suffering unequivocally. So, best you be aware of the spirit of mammon. Look it up, the spirit of mammon. It's a hungry monster, and it just gets more hungry the more you feed it. That's my video, folks. And that concludes this therapy session with Keith Kalfas. Hit the subscribe button and tap the notifications bell. I'll be putting out more videos very soon. But one time when I first started this channel, my buddy William, he called me up. I posted some crazy night video, which I'll put a link below to a crazy night video for you. He says, is this like your therapy or something? Is this therapy? And you know what I told him? I said, sometimes.